that. I just can't find that drawing.
Which drawing do you need?
Didn't you have a drawing of where the spokes come off and how they're reinforced?
Yeah,
I cannot find that anywhere in my shit.
What is that?
What's what? The clicking?
Yeah.
It's not bolted on. It's just a couple nuts on there, I think.
Yeah, I have a full drawing. I'll get you a whole other set since you're going hot to trot on this.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my...
That's the spokes.
Those are the spokes, yeah.
Put one up here and see what
They're
we
not
got.
cut to length. They're all, you know, slightly off, so they're a little longer than
That's the stuff that goes on the end, and we have a detail. You're going to weld them to this.
Right. I'm going to weld, and then they get reinforced to
see,
each other
the blades
as well.
have a hole,
That's
so that
right.
they don't even have to anchor here. So there's a hole out, just enough out of the blades to accommodate you having your little weld here.
So my only dilemma, I mean, it's not a dilemma, I just got to figure out what I'm doing, is how to get them perfectly aligned, you know, on this whole deal, which is not as easy as just laying something on the table and, you know, putting...
Maybe we could use the frame itself.
That's what I want to do, you know.
Span across it.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm going to clamp some boards and, you know, first get these on. And Jonah had a cool little idea maybe for the future ones. Maybe we actually make a little hub for here that these
Slip into. That is a good idea.
You know, maybe it's just like 2 discs with, you know, anyway, a little hub
And
that
that gives
eventually
you
goes
something
on
to
there.
stick them into. Is
Yeah.
it too late to do that now?
No, it's not too late. That's what I was even thinking about. Like, that's why I wanted to talk to you guys about. I was like, Jonah and I were just over here just talking about it.
Yeah, because you could make the hub pretty accurate.
Yeah, because he was even, see that little disc of steel right there? He was even thinking like 2 of those, like make a sandwich, and then, you know, it has
They have to be cut in half to slip on here.
Or you slip it on as the, you know, I can pull the axle
Yeah,
shaft
and slip
in
these
out.
on, and then they fit on there like that, and this gets welded to them. All 4 of them come out of
and
this
it
sandwich.
goes like into...
All 4 of them come out of the sandwich. You can make then little slots to slip them all in.
You know, the next size
And then at least
square
you got
tubing
and then you can brace off of these. After these are on, we can do that bracing that we want here.
They will replace your horizontal bracing and you just keep your vertical.
And it just gives you like a no-brainer, like the
Slip
little
it in,
hubs
slip it
on
in.
there. Yeah, I mean,
You still have to align it.
It would still, you know, I mean,
But
Joe was
at
like,
least
make it
it's-
longer. I was like, well, you know, that's to be discussed. Like, you still need to align it, but it gives you the location.
And then you can make a jig to align them.
Right, exactly. You know, clamp boards. Like
You can make a perfectly right angle board and clamp it to the board, and it's held for you. Let's do that. Do you agree? I'd say so. You're talking. Make one more of these. Slide these on both sides.
Make this bigger, so that it replaces the angle pieces.
Make this as big as. Get him that drawing, because these do want to be made bigger. A little bit bigger, and then they can have a nice angle off of them.
Yep.
And they have pieces welded in them for slots.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was thinking about just getting the next size square tubing up that, you know, would slip in.
Yeah,
You know?
and you put that little piece of tube in.
Yep, exactly.
One here, 4 of those.
Yeah.
You slip that in, and this is a little bigger, and we get the braces off of that.
I'll get them that.
Get that drawing just so you can refer to it, but that's a great idea. Then, for other people to build these, this is a no-brainer, and that's what we need, as many no-brainers
And then
as we
that
can.
piece goes down here, just so, are we still using that?
Yeah, that piece is down here, so if it wants to give, it just stops.
Yeah.
What piece is that?
If you ever take out
That
these components,
If you ever remove it, the safety piece, you ever start removing this?
Yeah.
This piece is here, and
Keeps
they
the
the
whole thing
whole
from
damn
sliding
thing
through.
doesn't just go crash.
Yes, yes.
And
so
then that's your little brake hole.
There's the lock.
Yeah.
The brake's
Yeah.
over here. That's your.
Well, I mean brake hole, your safety.
now, do we
hole.
have true spinning here? Is it wobbling at all?
Well,
It's
we
not
have to bolt it on tight.
bolted tight, but it's good.
It looks pretty good. That's why I was adjusting it with those shims and.
Well, you could another key thing there is what I would do is clamp on 2 pieces of wood that are a 1/16 away from the tire, and see if it, you know what I mean?
I do.
Do an alignment thing like an automobile tire, and this is your adjustment. I don't see a problem with whatever adjustment needs to be done here. It's not something that's going to wear out. I don't really see how we can ever
I-
get this absolutely perfect.
Well, unless I bored the holes out and shift it over.
Well, this is
Yeah.
but getting this damn close, and then doing this for adjustment I don't see a problem.
Because I bet you all of these are just
Yeah, they're
slightly
not
out. This is probably just
Yeah.
slightly out, and then this could be slightly out, and it just adds itself up.
So
But
I would try that. I would put a clamp board on this side, clamp board on this side, and do an alignment thing.
I mean, even if this thing is slightly out, I mean, how?
Well,
The mechanism's gonna bounce.
I mean, it's not out here in this plane. You know what I mean?
what do you mean?
It
Oh, you
doesn't-
mean it doesn't go this way,
It doesn't go this
but
way.
it may go this way a little.
Yeah.
And it's just the tire. It's certainly not the shaft and the blades. So it probably isn't going to hurt anything, but it can hurt
You know, right?
to go
yeah,
into it with
I'll-
everything as tips as we can get it. And but it's this is shit, man. And that noise is the fact that it's not screwed in. Yeah, I see.
And this, okay, here's our other thing. We were going to weld this hub. I mean, it just has one bolt in it. You see that bolt? And it has a cross bolt there. And so it is a little, that's this, actually.
But when the bolts are bolted,
When they're bolted, and then, were we going to, the last drawing did show a weld, the hub
We're
welded
gonna-
onto the axle.
We're gonna weld.
we are.
But-
How do we take this off then?
Well,
If the
that's
tire
the
wears
thing.
So the tire just comes off.
No, you have to,
To get the tire off, you pop this out and these lug bolts.
well, you can't pop this out because the axle shaft's down into the bearing
Well,
here.
the bearing bolts come off.
Yeah. And
These bolts come off. This slides
This
out.
whole mechanism comes out.
How?
'Cause this is flat,
That's
this is
flat,
flat.
right? But
That's why we
the
did it.
axle shaft goes into there.
but it's not into this.
No.
So when this comes out,
Oh, that comes out. Yeah.
that's what this piece
right.
is for.
And then that comes off.
And that comes
so-
off, then these just unbolt. Tire drops out. You got
The
plenty
tire,
of room.
but the hub's on there. Yeah.
Hub's on there.
Yeah.
Hub's never gonna wear out. Nothing.
But the tire, we take these bolts here loose.
Yeah, yeah.
And the tire, we change the tire, so to speak.
Right.
Exactly.
So this is welded to this
Right.
Exactly.
at the other side.
Yeah, because that was the problem with that coupling we had.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it was like wobble.
This is welded to the shaft at the other side. We take these bolts loose and these bolts loose. This thing slides out. Tire slides down. When these bolts are removed and comes out and gets replaced.
And plenty of room to work with.
Plenty of
Turn
room
a
to do it.
diagonal, get it the hell out of
So
there.
I don't think we got any problems there, and I do agree that we need to weld this as well as bolt it because
Yeah,
we don't
'cause-
want anything breaking.
Because you see, it's that is what that.
And
kicking is.
then I think that sandwich no-brainer idea with the disc is great. Let's do that. And